Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for clicking on this video, this live. My name is Dustin,
Hi guys, I'm Chandra.
and we're here to hang out with you.
Yeah, we are.
Sorry about last night, but we're making it up to you tonight. We're making it up,
As we go along.
That's what we just make it up as we go. That's right.
Pretty much.
How is everyone doing? I see that Shauna is here.
Hello, Shauna. Thank
Elle
you for
is
joining
here.
us. And Elle, thank you for joining us.
Charlie is here. Good evening, Charlie.
Oh, look it. Yes, we are both on time. I was upstairs working and actually got down here at what time I thought we were supposed to start. And he was like, you still have a few minutes. That never happened.
Well, I've been doing it at 7:05, and then I'll have to put it back at 7 so she's late a little bit, and then she gets, keep on her toes.
He does things to me like that. So today, we pay for Amazon Prime. Okay. So today I got a notification from my credit card company and they're like, hey, this is coming through from Amazon Prime. Did you buy this? And I'm like, I don't even know what this charges. Oh no, somebody must have stolen my credit card. Oh my goodness. Turns out the Amazon Prime just renewed. It's once a year. I don't know when that
And
is.
she's like, well, how come you didn't remind me? I was like, well, I had the briefest thought the other day. I was like, because it renews in April. And I know that it's April and it's in my brain, but it's not like here. It's kind of back in here somewhere.
It's not present.
And I'm like, she's like, you didn't tell me. And I was like, it barely registered to me that it was, because it's once a year. And I'm going to put it on the calendar. It's basically right around tax time.
Yeah.
Hey, it's coming out somewhere.
I just didn't know. I was unprepared. I felt like I was getting, my stuff stolen.
So after we're done with this, we've got to go back in and have Amazon do it so they don't.
Yeah, so they don't shut off our services.
Yeah.
That would be I would be unhappy.
I do have a bone to pick with Amazon, but that's because I've been paying for Amazon Prime for
excuse me.
I don't know, 15 years maybe. I've had it years.
Basically ever since it started.
Yeah, I mean, but it was $79 when I started, $79 a year. And then I had it before I even had the TV service to go along with it.
Mm-hmm.
So when the TV service came out, you get all the Amazon Prime stuff, and then it started separating out with, stuff that they would put on the freebie in commercials. And now anything and everything on Amazon Prime has commercials, unless you pay another $3.99 a month to remove commercials. And I'm like, it's gone up to $140 a year from $79 a year. And now you're going to charge me extra every month on top of it to have no commercials, where I always had free commercials or no commercials. Yeah. And I mean, we do pay for Hulu without commercials. We pay for YouTube without commercials, Spotify without commercials. Obviously, now I think Netflix has a commercial tier where you can have commercials on Netflix. We have such a limited amount of time
I don't want to spend it watching commercials.
Yeah, we have such a limited amount of time that we have to dedicate to the content already, that if I had to deal with commercials, it would just drive me completely bananas.
We have to plan to watch things.
Yeah.
Because I'm either at work, or we have the 5-year-old, or I'm working on eBay. So, my time is very limited.
Yeah. Visual Keto is here. Evelyn is here.
Thank you for joining us,
Evelyn. Guys. Visual Keto is here. Hello, hello, hello.
I'm mildly distracted, but just for a minute, I promise I will put my nose back.
Listening on their commute home from work.
Good thing you get to go home.
Shauna says, I recently started getting money healthy, made a bill Excel sheet with a special column for annual subscriptions just for that reason.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, somebody's stolen my credit card. No. I'm just paying the yearly bill. I'm not used to yearly billing. Like, that to me is very weird.
Well, you could do it monthly. It's just more expensive.
Right. No, I get that. Like, the only thing I know I pay yearly is the homeowners association dues. Everything else is just like even my even the taxes on the house, I pay my mortgage every month, and the taxes on the house are in escrow. So it just comes right out of what I already pay.
And we were paying annually for a service agreement with a local. Well, I don't know how local they really
They're
are.
not. They are a
Franchise.
of a
So
company.
a heating and cooling company.
Right. We were paying yearly for them. They made me upset, so we're not going to give them any more money.
Well, and come to find out that we were charging us yearly, but come to find out it's cheaper for them to do it monthly, which is completely backwards.
Well, and the thing that frustrated me about them is that we're paying yearly for you to come and do maintenance on our heating and air and checking our pipes and all that stuff. When they're here for less than 10 minutes and they literally don't actually do anything. They turn the heat on and then they turn the air on and make sure it's blowing. They don't actually do anything because they told us this last time they were here that the coils were dirty, and I wasn't home, and they told Dustin that we would have to pay, I don't know.
It was like $1,000 to have a UV light thing installed.
Right. And I've had heating and air conditioning the entire time I've owned this home.
It didn't always work very good.
It didn't always work very good. But part of maintenance is cleaning the coils. So if you're not going to clean them, then why am I paying you to come? Why am I paying you a yearly fee if you're not going to do that?
The only service that really truly benefits us with them coming in and out is the draining of the water heater, yeah. Which I could probably get the hose and do that myself.
Have they ever even done it?
Yeah.
Because I've never seen
I've watched him do it, yeah.
Anytime they've come to do any maintenance while I'm here, they're literally here 15 minutes and then they leave.
Bruce is here. And we've got Jennifer Lucas. Bruce. Evelyn says she accidentally put a hole in her Keto Simple t-shirt today.
You know what? It's just considered distressed, and it's still
now it's worth more.
Right now it's trending.
I'll autograph it and then it'll go skyrocket.
Yeah, that's what'll happen.
I will look and see with the service that I use for the merch, and I know that there's monthly sales, and I will post when it's on sale again. Never buy stuff from me unless it's on sale, because that's dumb. I don't want you to buy. I mean, especially knowing that there's a 20% off sale once a month. Never buy something from me unless it's on sale.
We do appreciate you buying stuff because it does help move the channel. Keep us in yucky snacks that I have to taste.
Yeah, so we did release a video last night or early this morning that goes out to all of you members. Then it goes live to everybody else.
Put the thingy on the bottom to thank the members.
That's right.
Thank you, guys.
So then it goes live to everybody else tomorrow at 9 a.m. So that is, we bought $100 worth of chocolate.
Oh, and we're slowly whittling through it.
Not slowly.
Probably much more quickly than we're supposed to. We're getting through the chocolate. Oh, chocolate.
Distressed.
Yes, it's distressed.
Yes.
It's retro, distressed, stylized. See?
It reminds me of that episode of
an artistic version.
The episode of Full House where what's the main character girl? DJ stole the sweater from the mall.
I don't remember.
And they had the little alarm tag on it. So she tied her shirt in a knot because it looked like it would be something that the kids would do to hide the thing. And Danny's all got his shirt rolled up. It's like, I'm cool too.
Yeah, no, distressed. It makes it more valuable. Trust me, I sell clothes.
I have women's tank tops on there. I'll have to look back and see. I try to. There's just about anything and everything you want. There's baby clothes. You can get onesies.
You want to keto your baby?
Yeah,
keto babies.
I bet they would be.
They
would be delicious.
They would be delicious.
Just eat them up.
Logan was a keto baby.
I know. She had little chicken nugget feet.
She was all just the.
You keep saying her name, but that's fine.
I'm sorry, L. Puka.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Got a special craft mat, so now I can put more stickers on one sheet for printing and cutting. Yeah, let me know how much you'll charge me, because I want to. I'd like to bring, if I can afford it, like 500 stickers to KPO.
I just like stickers. So if you make anything really cool and you just want to throw them in as extras, I would be very happy to have them.
She may hide them from the kid.
One day I will give you all a sneak peek. Maybe I'll take a photo of it and send it to you and you can put it up here. I literally have a cedar chest filled with stickers. I think we've talked about it before.
We have.
Yeah. And nobody's allowed to touch them because they are mine. But I have a thing for stickers.
Ron's here.
Hi, Ron. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for being here. Let's see. Evelyn says, or Jen says to Evelyn, put a keto themed patch on it. He'll cover it. I'll cover it in patches and autographs.
There you go.
Everybody needs a keto battle vest.
That's exactly what it
Everybody needs one of those sleeveless denim jackets with
covered with keto patches.
Yeah, all the channels you watch for YouTube, all the channels. Yes. I will come up with the back piece so you can do that, and that would be for me.
Hashtag trending.
You know what? I want one because so a battle vest, to kind of give you an understanding of what a battle vest is.
It's for dorks.
You're a dork. Anyway, if you guys have seen the movie Onward, the Disney movie Onward, where the two brothers goes on a quest to try to help get their dad. They got a crystal and they could get their dad back for 12 hours or whatever because the dad passed away when they were very young or not born yet. And one was young and the other one wasn't born yet. And the oldest one, which had a battle vest. And it was funny because the patch right here on the chest said smote, which was funny because it was a callback to Moana because he was like, you'll be smited, smoten, smote.
Anyway, so battle vests back when we were kids were for bikers and they were cool. And then when we became teenagers, they were more like for the goth kids.
You're a goth kid.
And so, yeah, they have like all the patches, all the they would have safety pins on them sometimes. They would have like hand painted things, almost always an anarchy sign on there somewhere. Yeah.
So what we'll
battle vest. Are you going to try to merge that on there so everybody can see it? Yeah. They're covered with patches and stuff like that. Yeah, put that on there.
Yeah, so we'll put this up here.
I don't know how you work it, but So yeah, Dustin says you can turn your shirt into one of these. Can they see that now?
No, you can get one of these and you can make it, right? So you can make one of these with all the patches. So it's like just a denim sleeveless jacket.
Get a denim jacket, cut the sleeves off, fray it really good. And then put all of your keto patches and
for all the channels, you can get a 2KK and a keto simple and all the ones you love. And I'll start the trend. I will come out with a patch if someone will help me make it, and we'll get it. So when we show up,
have patches already?
I have stickers. I don't have patches.
Oh. So yeah, there you go. Keto battle vests.
Yeah.
You can use them to fight off the vegans.
Whatever, weirdo.
Oh, sorry. I'm being silly.
So I think, let's see. Evelyn's asking if we love Hello Kitty.
I do like Hello Kitty. Now, our little one has been very into Hello Kitty recently. So when we took our most recent tour of Build-A-Bear, when we weren't going to buy her anything, we were only going to stuff the axolotl skins that we already had. Someone insisted on getting a Hello Kitty. So we then bought a Hello Kitty and multiple outfits. I love Hello Kitty. I remember when I was a kid, Hello Kitty and the Star Twins, they're both Sanrio characters. They were the ones I wanted stickers and everything in the, because it was like pink and like a teal blue. And those, along with like Lisa Frank, those things were all super popular in the late 80s, early 90s. And I was that kid. I wanted everything. And Hello Kitty, My Little Pony, Lisa Frank, the Star Twins, all of that. But I was the youngest of 5 kids.
Kiki and Lola?
Yes. I was the youngest of 5 kids, and I didn't really get much of the what I wanted. Yes, a battle apron.
That's what we need. I need to figure
Yes.
a way to sell those. Just got to get all the other channels on board.
Well, you know what? If everybody made a Velcro patch, then they could just stick on and people wouldn't have to sew.
Or just to do the glue, the iron-on patches.
Or iron on.
Yeah.
Ironing is pretty easy. I think most people, even if you're not particularly crafty, you can iron. But
I bet she's crafty.
she's crafty. But anywho, yes, all of those like super girly, super bright colors, all that stuff was all the things that I remember from my childhood. And I remember being exceptionally jealous of other people for having a lot of the things that I didn't get. And then I had
just realized what a battle vest is. How funny.
I did have a sticker book.
You guys are gonna be best friends.
Oh, I have a lot of crafty things.
But you don't have a storage unit full.
The child has a double door cabinet filled with craft
right
things
over
for her.
there.
And then I have a double door cabinet filled with scrapbooking supplies, which I haven't reasonably touched in many, many years, but I'm not going to get rid of behind the cat dish. The double door cabinets under there.
Oh, okay.
And then I also have a cedar chest filled with stickers because stickers are fun. Plus, I also have a huge basket of stickers up in my eBay room, but those are stickers I use. Those are like Dollar Tree stickers. So like when I pack up stuff and ship it out, I usually put a sticker on it because I like stickers. I used to use washi tape, but I've recently changed from that because washi tape has gotten to where it's expensive and it doesn't make sense to use that when I can seal things with a sticker. Plus, I get to use more different designs with stickers.
Evelyn says her daughter prepped her husband's old Venom sleeveless Eddie Munson, sleeveless like an Eddie Munson from Stranger Things because she got the t-shirt. Yeah, Eddie Munson, I think he had a battle vest.
He did have a battle vest.
But it had their D&D logo on the back.
Yes. But all of that was super like, you know, when we were kids, it was biker. And then it went from biker to like goth, metal.
Well, I mean, metal kids have been doing it for a long time too.
Yeah.
I remember. So one of the metal vocalists that I looked up to and was a big fan of was Trevor Sternad from the Black Dahlia Murder. He's passed away now, but he would always wear his hanging out with people out front of shows and stuff, and be like him in shorts and flip flops hanging out just with his thing with all the bands he liked and toured with, and he was one of those people that had a wealth of knowledge of music, and so I mean that really bummed me out when he passed away. But I mean, like, it hit me kind of hard. And we weren't friends or anything like that, but I knew who he was, and we had talked a few times. But yeah.
Thor says hi, everybody. He just licked my forehead. He has now graced this live.
Bruce is asking, wait, you guys have a keto simple patch? I will make them if I can find a way to do it. I don't think the company that I use now that makes my merch does a patch.
Oh.
But I can probably look into getting those done.
I'm sure where there's a will, there's a way.
Yes. And just a matter of how much they cost, what people are willing to spend for them. I mean, I don't want to necessarily take a loss on it, but I don't want to make money on it either. At least break even, or maybe make $1 or $2, No. But yeah.
Yeah, because that's kind of a very niche.
Sharon can make anything that's not paper. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. It says Visual says I just turned 60. And I'm still getting Hello Kitty presents from my friends. My late husband would bring Hello Kitty stuff home all the time.
That's really sweet. I love Hello Kitty stuff. I'm giant child at heart. I can't help it. I like so in the summer, which you probably won't see much of on this channel because when we're at home, I generally wear pajamas and hoodies. But when I go out and about and do stuff, I wear dresses that have like crazy patterns and prints on them. I have one that's like unicorns and rainbows. I have one that's dragons and moons. I just really
cool floaties that are food.
Cool floaties that are made out of food.
Donuts.
Like, I really enjoy colorful, fun stuff that, going through childhood, not being able to have a lot of the things that I wanted, being, like I said, the last of 5, everything was a hand me down. So now I get to do what I want, and I get to wear what I want and what I like. So I wear, even during the winter, I wear my crazy LuLaRoe printed leggings because it's fun and I want to be fun and I enjoy it.
So yeah, I need to reach out to Sharon Holloway. Maybe I'll get me a black denim jacket and maybe make a keto battle vest or whatever, like with all the different channels and stuff. Because it was weird today. So like I finished editing that video last night, got it up, got the thumbnail done, released it to the members last night. So it'll be out for today, and then in the morning it'll go live for everybody else. But then I go and I bring up YouTube this morning, and Steve from Serious Keto had put a video out today about Chalk Zero. And I'm like, it had happened to us once before. Obviously, I think he probably releases this stuff early to his members too. But, I was just kind of think it's kind of funny when that kind of happens.
Yeah, but yours was different.
Oh, I know. And I'm not saying that, but I was just like,
how dare we talk about the same products that all keto people use.
Well, then it always makes me worry that people are like, oh, you're just trying to copy off Steve. I'm like, well, no, what we did was different.
Yeah.
I mean.
The cat is trying to bury himself in my arm. Anyway.
But yeah. And everyone's saying Sharon can make it happen. She's super crafty. I do not own a regular iron. I think we do, don't we? Isn't it it might be up in the.
There's something. It is up in the eBay room. I just don't know where.
Yeah.
I cleaned my eBay room. So now I'm not at risk of dying from boxes and bins landing on me. At least not yet. I mean, it could still happen depending on if there's an earthquake.
Oh, here's so Shauna says she's got a 4-day scrapbook retreat next weekend.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Here, she says, do you need eBay business stickers custom?
I think about it, but so I write a handwritten thank you for everything that I send, and it's usually just very basic, just a thank you with a little sticker on it. Nothing spectacular. But I've thought about getting stickers that are like custom to my business, but I really think it adds a personal touch, writing a personal thank you.
I mean, you still write thank you and then just put the little like a sticker that because I want to get so what I've been doing,
get QR code.
Well, yeah. So what I've been doing with the social media posts that I don't know if people have noticed or whatever, but I've been doing with whatever social media posts, whether it's community tab posts or Instagram or whatever, or even on like Twitter, X, whatever, I have gone through and created QR codes for quick links that I have, like Keto Chow, Pork and Good Pork Rinds.
We need to order more of those.
Yeah. They have a big bundle sale going on right now.
Good timing.
So I posted about that the other day. But all just all the things that I have, like I have an Amazon store, where I put together, I curate stuff and put it together, and I try to make it fun, but it's still a little more. They don't make it easy to edit them, so I think I might have to go in and create new ones and delete old ones and all that fun stuff. But I've made all QR codes. I just don't know if people really know how to use them, or even if posting them in social media is
because you're already on your phone.
Right, but does that even work? You know what I mean? I know you can screenshot it and then open up or whatever, maybe in your camera app or whatever, but I don't know. So yeah.
I don't know. But no, I've thought about stickers for my eBay business, and I haven't decided. I am selling a lot more than I have been. Like every year I'm seeing growth. So it wouldn't cut into my profits enough to really be concerned about.
Shauna knows someone who makes stickers.
I know.
I think her name is Shauna.
I know. I'm just saying for the.
Oh, I wanted to show this. So sorry, I don't mean to cut you off there, but
sure.
But so this is the back of my phone.
That is nice. Nice.
Because typically the young one gives me stickers and I put them on the back of the phone and they last for a while. They start to fade and peel. But this is like plasticky and it's
vinyl.
It's vinyl. It'll stick for a while. It's like it doesn't even feel vinyl-y. It just feels like it's on there for a good long time. So and
like
it's
water bottle.
Yeah, that's a different
laptop sticker.
It's a decent size for the back of my phone. So and Shauna made this for me. So if you need stickers made, hit up Shauna. She is the best.
Yeah, so for the longest time, I hadn't ordered any personalized supplies or anything like that for my eBay because I was doing it very part time and really just kind of making a little extra here and there. I mean, significant to me, but not necessarily significant in the grand scheme of things. But now I'm making almost a second income, so it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to make, to have personalized stickers and things like that. I just don't want to
Your
get
face,
so I don't want to get so far away or so big that I can't personalize a thank you. Like I just sat down the other night and wrote out 150 thank yous so that I can slip one in each package. But I don't know. I will certainly think about it. I'd have to figure out what design, what I would want it to look like. I don't know. I don't have a thing like a logo or anything.
we could create one. Duh, Jackie, we've been talking about it.
Way to be late to the party.
Right.
Just kidding.
Shauna says she survived singing at her aunt's memorial on Sunday. She was told that she made many people cry.
I'm sure you have a beautiful voice.
I make people cry when I sing too.
Well, you make people cry for a different reason.
Oh.
I'm sure that everybody really appreciated that you could do that. We're glad that you had the strength to get through that and be able to do that.
So Bruce's sister's into Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty is the jam.
And Elle says they just bought themselves a Hello Kitty button-down shirt for fancy events.
Ooh, fancy. See, and I try, like I don't usually dress up. I mean, I do wear dresses, but I don't consider that dressing up. But I don't usually dress up when it's just us hanging out doing nothing. But if we're going to go out somewhere, I try to look okay. When I used to do a lot of work meetings and things like that, I would make sure I dressed up. See, same. I feel like hitting our 40s was really when it was like, you know what? I want this and I'm going to get it and I'm going to do what I want because now I have the time. Now I have the money and, who's going to tell me no?
When we first started dating, we went out. It was Christmas shopping. And she bought herself like 3 or 4 pair of jeans. And as soon as we got out of the store, she started second guessing herself. And we went shopping, got the kids some stuff, more stuff, got the kids. Basically, by the time we got done shopping, she had gone back and returned every pair of those jeans because she didn't feel she deserved those jeans at the time.
Because I'm a single mom of 3 kids. And how dare I spend money on myself when my children need and want? Why would I do that? I would never do that. And I didn't do that. And I returned everything and I didn't spend money on anything that was for me because I didn't have it to spend. And if I did, I would have felt horrible. So I didn't. And now I'm older. The kids are stable. I'm more stable. And that's so sweet. I can do what I want. I can, obviously within limits, right? Like I'm still paying off Disney. But
do that for a while.
I'm probably going to be doing that for a good year or two. But I can, if I want to buy a dress and it's $50, I can go ahead and do that. It's not going to kill me. Now, will I pick up an extra day of work that week? Probably.
So she likes a certain kind of shoes. And unlike Jackie, it's not Hoka. She likes Brooks shoes.
I do like Brooks.
So she keeps Brooks in the style that she likes and colors that she likes for work because for a long time, work had a very specific color that they could use. It had to be
all black
or as close to all black as you could get.
Yeah. And I used to wear Nikes, but I would have foot pain at the end of the day. And not that Nikes are bad. I got along well with them for a long time, but things change. So I moved to Brooks, and Brooks are quite expensive. They're like $140 a pair. So when they go on sale now, I usually buy 2 pair so that I can wear mine. I can almost get a year out of a pair, depending on how things go. And then I can, save the other pair for later.
Yeah, she buys them when they're on sale.
Yeah. But like I can do that and it's not going to kill me now. Whereas when I was younger, I had a pair of shoes that I wore to work when I first started nursing, and I wore them to work for I think almost 3 years, and they were tore up and they were painful and my feet hurt, and there were times like
Probably poo on them.
Oh, I'm sure they were disgusting. I don't even want to know what if I'd have swabbed them, what would have been growing on them. But now, I'm in my 40s. We're a little more stable. I'm less concerned about, that we needed new tires on the car. Okay, we can handle that.
Oh, that's another story. The reason why we weren't here yesterday. So the other day, she hit a pothole, shredded the tire, as it happens.
On my way to work.
It's Indiana pothole season. As you do, you hit potholes. So, and knowing what we had gone through with the tire company that we purchased the 4 tires from, I decided that I was going to go to Discount Tire, and that's where I was yesterday.
Because we've always had good service from them.
So we went to Discount Tire, and I kind of gave them a rundown of what happened with the other service. And they basically, so I ended up getting 2 new tires because we had one with a bulge from a pothole. It didn't shred the tire, just put one little bubbles on the side.
And then the fancy work I did the other day, gouging a huge hole out of the tire.
Mm-hmm. So we ended up leaving there with 2 new tires, and they put warranties on the tires that we bought from the other place.
Yeah. Which was amazing.
That to me is like,
yeah, after the other place gave him the runaround.
Well, it's a sigh of relief for me because we
live in Indiana.
She worries about money. I worry about her. I worry about her driving in the morning, driving at night, driving on the interstate, because on her way to and from work is construction. They're doing construction on 465 South. They are basically creating 69 South that'll go from 465. I think it's supposed to maybe go all the way down to Houston, maybe, but it's going to be a long time. And it's been like a 20+ year process. There was a lot of land negotiations and conservation areas they had to navigate and all this stuff. So yeah, so now all that construction's in full swing, and they're basically building on a whole new interstate off of that. So she drives through that every single day, and I worry about that with tires and then finding out that we didn't have, warranties on the tires that we had purchased. So now that we do have that, that's a relief to me, because I know that I've dealt with Discount Tire before, and they have a policy. So they're not open on Sundays, which that's not always the most convenient when your tire blows. So they have a policy. You can go to like any tire place, get the cheapest tire they have in stock, and then when you go back to them, they will reimburse you for that tire, and they'll give you a replacement tire of the tire that matches your car with the level of tire that you have on your car. Right. So that's one thing I like, because that was one thing that you just don't get anywhere else. So
right. Well, and they stand by their warranty. I mean, with your old car, we took that up there, I don't even know how many times, and had to get new tires on new tires on new tires. And like, they stand by their warranty, and I really appreciate that. They are friendly, they give decent service, and they stand by their warranties that they put out. And it's not like, oh, well, I don't know about this. You haven't shown me any tire maintenance.
Yeah. So it's good.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Yeah, we're getting behind.
Jackie says, there's a way you could actually make a custom sticker with your actual handwriting. Just takes a little more finagling. I had that when I was doing the insurance work, where I had to send documents with my signature on it. So basically we're faxing your signature. So it didn't have to be live. You would just, there was a way to save a PDF as a thing. You would put it on there. And I did that. Yeah. Matreya is here.
Hello.
Thank you for being here, Matreya.
Thank you for joining
us. Shauna says, personally, I'm not one to like scanning unknown QR codes with my phone.
Yeah. I just, the only time I've ever really had to scan QR codes is when I'm starting a new job and they make you scan to send to their policy site or whatever.
Or
I just
yeah,
don't. I don't use them. But
yeah,
it isn't that I wouldn't, that I just don't see anything I need to use them for.
yeah. I'm trying to find ways that makes it easier for people to get where they need to go, because you can't put links in individual posts most of the time, especially like on Instagram. That's what I mean. On stories you can, but stories don't necessarily reach as many people. People may not see the stories, don't look at stories. So I mean, I'm always
Do you have a
trying.
link tree on your Instagram?
I do have a link tree on my Instagram.
So most people can find you there.
Yes, but things evolve, and
Yeah.
I just want to make sure. I want, like, my job is to make it as easy as possible, because the easier it is for you to get what you want, the better. Let's see.
The cat.
AFA, or I use a tiny iron of ribbon, or iron for ribbon, crass, etc. I can't remember the last time I actually pulled out the real iron.
That's kind of nice, having a little one, like a little portable one.
Uncle Big Guy is here.
Hello, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it is a sweet sticker. She sent me a whole bag of them. I gave a bunch of them out at the impromptu meetup and Elkhart. That's why I want to get more of them to take to Keto Palooza.
Yeah.
Let's see. I put handmade with love by Shauna stickers that I put on gifts I make.
I like that. That's sweet. I sometimes find clothes that were handmade at the thrift store, and they have a little handmade by grandma or handmade by whatever. I think that's cool. I like Pusheen too. Now, I'm newer to Pusheen. I didn't know about it until I was probably in my late 20s, early 30s, because it started getting popular around that time. So I didn't know about it beforehand. I don't know how old the character actually is. I think it was when you could start sending not emojis, but stickers through Facebook Messenger that I found Pusheen. But I've bought and sold a lot of Pusheen items. They sell very well. I currently have.
So you were a peddler of Pusheen.
Yes. I currently have a donut-shaped pillow that is Pusheen that is on my eBay currently, and it's super soft and squishy and cuddly.
You hear that, Jackie?
I mean,
you could buy it.
Saying.
Could be yours.
It could be yours.
Come on down. Stacy, how are you feeling, dear?
Thank you for joining us.
She had her hip replaced.
Oh, how are you feeling better now that you got a new hip? I think we talked about this like last week, didn't we?
I don't remember if she had come on to talk about that or not.
I don't remember, but I feel like we've discussed that you were going to get a hip replacement. But I'm hoping you're feeling better afterward. Most people have decreased pain once they get that replacement. Hopefully it went well and everything's going good.
How's Ken? Is he holding up? Is he taking care of you?
Sympathy pains.
He might be. Sherry's here.
Thank you for joining us.
Let's see.
Bruce is over there like hiccuping.
Yeah.
I've never heard a cat make that noise.
It sounds like he's gonna puke on chutes and ladders.
No, he doesn't look pukey. He just had a weird. Maybe he had a burp.
Visual Keto made it home safe. Thank you for making it home safe.
Good
letting
job.
Us know, so that watching and listening on the TV.
Right? Oh, whenever the kids leave, I'm always like, send me a text and let me know you get home safely. And they're always like, fine. And then they'll forget. And an hour later, I'm like, are you alive? Did you make it? They get a little irritated with it.
Let's see. Jennifer says she rarely spent money on herself till recently. Now she can't stop. I would put things in the cart and change my mind. I have thousands of dollars of stuff in my like save for later cart thing.
And your Amazon.
Yeah. I'll go back through and look, and like it's not even available anymore. They've stopped making it, whatever it is. Like, yeah.
I still do that, like depending on what it is. I'm like, I can buy this for me, but is that a wise way to spend my money, kind of thing?
What's the 5 words? What could have made it as a wise man?
Don't start. You were on that the other day. You've been on it's like Rick rolling me, but it's Nickelbacking me.
Could have been a wise man. So there's a comedian that I really enjoy. I don't necessarily know how much she likes him, but he's coming to town in July. And I think he's hilarious, but he's just weird. His name is Casey Rocket. He is like ADD on speed.
Yeah.
And he's all over. I mean, he's kind of like
he's just a wild person to watch.
Yeah, he's basically like Carrot Top without props.
Yeah, well, he has some props.
Well, he has like a harmonica he'll throw, or he has like pictures he'll show. Like we were watching a thing of him the other night, and he had a picture of him, and it was David Spade and the Mucinex guy. You know, the actual Mucinex monster thing. Yeah. He's like, yeah, see, we were hanging out. Like, yeah,
he's very odd.
Yeah, but I like him. So he's coming here, so I want to go see him, and I'm super excited because I'm a huge comedy fan, and I know not everybody really enjoys comedy the way that I do. Not even you, as much as you like comedy, you don't necessarily like it as much as I do.
Okay.
Anyway,
sure.
I watch a lot. I don't hate William Montgomery.
He's not funny.
Well, I mean, his Kill Tony stuff isn't that great.
No, exactly.
Anyway,
see.
Anyway.
Anywho.
I have a new reason. Not like I needed reasons, but Dayton, Ohio, or in Yellow Springs, Ohio, which is near Dayton, Dave Chappelle just opened up a new comedy club, or it's not open to the public yet, but that's going to be neat. That means even bigger comedians will be in the area instead of like, because right now we've got the comedy club in Indianapolis. We've got Helium Comedy Club.
And Crackers.
Crackers, I don't think is a thing anymore. I mean, it might be, but I haven't seen anybody coming to Crackers in a long time. But I mean, that opens up the possibility for bigger name acts to come to a small place, because I don't necessarily want to go. I don't want to go see bands play in an arena. I don't want to see comics in an arena either.
Right.
Well, I don't like going to giant amphitheaters and being 200 yards back from the band. That's not. So I'm amps in the face kind of guy. I'm an up close and personal type person. Also, I mean, with the thing is like those big shows, you're paying more and you're seeing less. And with the up close and personal, like, you know, I like going to small little clubs and basically standing there, and you could reach out and touch the band if you wanted to.
Well, you'd probably get escorted out if you did.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah.
But yeah, I like comedy too. I just don't want to spend money on it. I prefer watching it on TV because it's free.
And Charlie says, let me know what Saturday sit-down dates you have available over the summer so I can jump on. Yeah, for sure, because right now I don't have anything scheduled. I have Jen and her husband, Jen Delaney and her husband, Brian, but they don't know when they're going to be able to do it. But text me later and we'll work out a Saturday. Maybe we can even do it this Saturday if it works, because I don't have anything planned as of this Saturday. And, you know, we'll figure it out. And Bruce says 69 is already running from Houston up through East Texas. Good to hear they're actually making it an honest good. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, yeah. So, I mean, you can take that. So it like comes all the way up to Indianapolis, and then you take 465 around. Well, you can't see my hand over here, but you take it up and then it goes around 465 or whatever.
And then
connects up at 69 north.
Yeah. The bigger thing was in Indy, it was a big to do because they essentially used eminent domain and took away a lot of people's land. And that was very upsetting to a lot of Indianapolis citizens. And they were really not excited about it. But we'll be happy when it's done, because I drive right by it, right through where they're doing all the construction. And so now we have like temporary pavement set up in places, and it's a highway. 465 is an it's interstate.
Yeah.
It's inside the state.
Yeah, because 465 is a big circle.
Out.
So right. The 3-digit ones are like going a circle.
So anywho, they haven't graded it properly because it's a temporary fix until they get everything finished. And you'll be driving in the left lane and it will have rained the night before, and there will be puddles in the lane. Now, mind you, they do say that, you know, the speed limit drops down to 45 because it's a construction zone, but even hitting a puddle that size on a poorly graded road at 45 miles an hour, I've watched people get in wrecks on my way to work. It's just very dangerous. And I don't know what type of pavement they're using. It's not like it's not like standard pavement. It's almost like concrete. It's very slick and it's very scary driving. So I don't know. Hopefully they get it done soon.
Jennifer says, Shannon, the wolf whistles are fine. I wolf whistle her about 300 times a day. But stay off those construction sites. They're hell on tires.
Yeah.
Tires. The bane of my existence.
The big thing when I blew the tire this past weekend was I was literally a quarter mile down the road from my house and merging into the left turn lane. And there, if you merge at just the right time, you are going to hit that pothole. And my tire, it's exactly tire sized. And my tire fit right in it to go blam. Literally blew a hole through the tire. Blam.
Mm-hmm. Sherry says everything in her house looks distressed.
Our house is distressed. See
I was pointing to you.
The hole in the wall here. Yeah. Everything in our house is distressed.
Because we had a big couch there
and children.
Yeah.
3 children will distress your entire house. It's fine. It's worth
and now we have stickers everywhere. Stickers on the hardwood floor.
There are stickers on the hardwood floor. It's going to be fun to peel those off.
All right. So let's see. Jackie's saying people are taking legit QR codes and changing a square so it links you to a fake account to stealing for more money.
Oh, well, I guess QR codes are not the thing anymore. Okay.
Rude.
Right?
Well, I mean, you can make them. I just made a whole bunch of them with Adobe. Adobe lets you make them. So I just made a bunch of them. I'll still use them for now. I mean, just know that if I'm posting it, I mean, as much as you can trust me, I suppose. So that's probably about as far as you can throw me. Good luck with that.
I would just be concerned that somebody's already duped your account once on YouTube.
They didn't do what? That has nothing to do with if they posted, you would see that it has a whole other name.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just be wary what you click on, folks.
Yeah. The thing is, like any emails that I get, anything, I never clicked on any links in any text messages. And even if it's from people that I know, because sometimes I'll get you'll have Facebook friends you never talk to, and all of a sudden out of nowhere they send you like a request for some game, and I'm like, no. Yeah. Or like I had a friend, I was friends with somebody on Facebook for years and years and years, and we never talked. We were just like acquaintances, I guess you would say, but we were friends on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And then they like sent me a message like, "What's your Cash App?" And I'm like, block. Because no one who's real is going to be like, "Hey, what's your Cash App?" No, they're not just going to randomly send you money. No, and
I mean, it'd be nice.
It would be nice.
We're not planning on.
But I am so anytime I get an email or whatever, like it says you need to update your whatever, I will go into the app and check and see if I need to update something.
Well, when I got that notification today from the credit card company, at first I was like, "Oh, is this fake?" And then I realized when I looked further up, like that was the same number that I utilized to activate my card. So I knew it was real. But like, things like that are questionable. They're sketchy.
And Shauna says, obviously yours is not unknown. Just in general, I'm more worried about my phone security than my PC.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, that's the thing is like that's how people get their Facebook things cloned and all that stuff. It's like I was hacked. No, you weren't hacked. It was cloned. There's a difference. But, I have a mini hair straightener for ribbon.
Ooh.
I need one of those.
You need a mini hair straightener? You're going to straighten your beard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It looks better with a little texture.
I got to hop in the shower so I can try my new toy. She knew me well enough to be like, no, not that perv. Upgraded my hair dryer, so hotel grade crap to salon power excited.
Nice. See, I don't know how to hair. I brush it and I put clips in it so it stays out of my face. And often I wear a bow. I don't even go to the salon to get it cut anymore. I just tell my daughter to pull it back in a ponytail and lop off the ponytail. Because I be cheap. And it doesn't matter what they do to my hair, I won't be able to maintain it. So it is what it is.
So that's like for me, like I do have a bougie razor. I bought you a bougie razor too, but I don't know what you did with it.
I threw it out.
Oh my God. It was a good handle.
I didn't like it.
And
It
it was-
didn't work, and it doesn't work as good as yours.
She uses mine.
I do.
But pube hairs in there. So.
They're just armpit hairs.
Ugh.
Anyway,
Bruce says that his mom called just after midnight Monday night just to see if I made it home safe. Yeah, that was how
See?
my mom and grandma always were.
that's what moms are supposed to do.
Yeah.
And my kids are like, "Oh, mom, I'm in my 20s. I'm fine."
Mm-hmm.
I had to beg them all to come over for dinner this Sunday. They didn't want to come last member. I'm reading as you're clicking buttons.
I'm trying to find this.
They
one.
didn't want us to, they didn't want to come to dinner last week.
Sharon Holloway became a member.
Woo! Thank you, Sharon. We appreciate it. That's so awesome.
I appreciate everybody.
But yeah, they
Gotta
didn't
go
want
back
to
up
come
where I
over
was.
last Sunday. Ma's getting too needy by asking them to come over once every week. How I dare.
Speed slows ADD down.
Yeah, well, that's what Adderall is. It's
Mhm.
basically prescription speed.
Mm-hmm.
It's amphetamine.
Kenneth says he's treating his gal like a queen.
You should be. She is. And we appreciate it.
Yeah. We need you to take good care of her. I need her to take care of you too.
Right?
You need to take care of each other.
Exactly.
You're my people. My generation was Holly Hobby dolls.
So my older siblings had, my oldest sibling is 10 years older than me. So we definitely had a little bit of Holly Hobby in our house. We had a lot of homemade things. My mom is an excellent seamstress. So we had like not my oldest sister, but my second oldest sister had a doll that was like a life-sized doll, like as tall as probably a 5 or 6 year old. I don't remember she had a name. I want to say it was Lucy. Anyway, my mom made it and it was just fabric, like a fabric rag doll, but my older sister carried it with her everywhere. My sister that's 2 years older than me, she and I both had handmade frogs that were made out of yes, we did talk about her leg because she showed us
Well, there's that.
and
that
that had to get treated before
Yeah.
she could do her
Yeah.
hip. So anyway, sorry, back to frogs. But they she had sewed the frogs for us, and they were like 2 little matching green gingham frogs. And I think I still have them. And then she also made us each, the one that's only 2 years older than me, she made us each our own Cabbage Patch Kids, because when Cabbage Patch Kids came out, they were so expensive. And again, family of 5. And at the time, money was still pretty tight. And so my mom made us each our own Cabbage Patch Kid. So, but all of the other things that I wanted, I mean, everything was pink and sparkly and just cutesy, and I loved it. And I still do. I just don't get as much of it. Well, I never got any of it, but I try to refrain.
I had an Ernie doll that I carried around until his arm fell off a bunch of times. And he was like, I don't know. I think we may still have him somewhere in the house. My original Ernie, maybe.
Mhm.
I can't remember. But he was so dirty.
I
And
think
it's-
he's out in the garage.
Yeah. And so I carried him around like nonstop. So that was when my grandmother got the girl her own Ernie when she was like 1 or 2, and she carried him around.
For a long time.
Yeah.
I don't think we have that Ernie anymore.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have some vintage Bert and Ernie somewhere in the house. The girl confiscated them.
Yeah.
It's important police business.
Yes. No, I didn't. I don't remember having anything that I carried around or anything like that. But
Jackie says that a bunch of the Supernatural cast will be in Illinois in a few months. I need a sugar daddy so I can go because everything I'd want to do is probably easily $3,000.
whew, you know what you need to do? You just need to go up there and hook up with one of the cast members, and you're good to go for a good long time.
I mean, that show was not good.
I mean,
that's
true.
my opinion.
and
I know because our daughter watched it, and I was like, oh, that's gross.
it was a little sketch. But
And then she watched, what was it you were watching? It was kind of
I
in the
watched Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
yeah, the Netflix version.
I watched the old version when it came out back in the day, back in the early 90s. And then when the Netflix version came out, I watched it, and I actually really liked it. It was very good. I thought it was funny, but
let's see what
it
else.
was much darker than the original version.
Yeah, I mean, literally, it was like very dim and dark, and very much more in like a more southbound lore. Anyway, Shauna says strawberry shortcake dolls. I can still smell her.
Yeah, my older sister, the one that's 2 years older than me, she had a lot of strawberry shortcakey stuff. So by the time the dolls got to me and we had Barbies and strawberry shortcakes and everything, all of their hair was cut off. Most of them were bald and had missing limbs. But my parents were, they were kind of old when they had me. They were 35. So by the time I was ready to play with all the things and everything was broken, it was kind of like, this is what we have. Have fun. And not that I never got anything new, because I did, but like I got used to playing with things that were broken or damaged or whatever, and that was fine. I didn't really have a problem with it. I wasn't a super toy kid anyway. So
Shauna says she watched Billy Joe live at Madison Square Garden, front row seat from the comfort of her own home. Wasn't like his 100th MSG performance. I think that's what it was. I think that was touted as like this 100th time playing there.
I definitely prefer to watch things from home. Definitely. They've come out with a new strawberry shortcake show on Netflix, I think it is. And Pookie's watched it a little bit, and it's cute.
What is it?
The new strawberry shortcake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hip replacement is going good. Saw ortho doctor today, 6 days out. Started PT Monday. The downer is I need to see a wound care doctor for my shin. Wound on the other leg. New dressing daily.
Yeah. Well, that though, it looks like it's healing from what you sent us. It looks like it's improving. So the wound appointments are working.
So Sharon says that she's home. Your ears must have been itching if you weren't listening already, because everybody's saying patches.
You know how to make patches. And Dustin wants to make a battle vest.
Because I'm a
keto
nerd.
Battle vest.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Like keto chow and all the different things that are, that make our community great.
Yeah.
So the channels and all that stuff.
I would be excited for you to have that by Keto Palooza.
Yeah.
So you could wear it and show all your dorkness. Maybe get signatures on it. Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, she was asking, were your ears burning?
Yes.
Let's see. Yeah, from Sharon, were your ears burning?
Yeah. Everybody, we were talking about you, but only good things. We promise.
Were your ears burning? You've been volunteered, apparently.
Yes.
What will I be doing? Never you mind.
Yes. Keto simple patches. Exactly.
I'm halfway there on patches. Okay. Let's see. I have to watch the replay. Rain downpour caught us in Menards. I went to Menards the other day, and I'm upset because I kept seeing these ads for Menards. They have Shasta soda, and they have a 0 sugar Shasta soda and multiple flavors that looked intriguing to me. We still have 3 flavors we're going to do a review on. But they had a tiki punch that I wanted that they didn't have in stores. And they're like, oh, Greenwood one has like 3. But like, you probably should call first. And I was like, I'm not driving all the way down to Greenwood to see if they have 3. Because I was going to order them online. They had them on sale online for $3.50 a 12-pack. Mm-hmm. And I was going to order one of each flavor that I wanted to try, to find out that they're being discontinued by Menards. And then they wanted to charge me $17 for shipping for 3 12-packs.
Yeah.
So it'd have been like $35 for 3 12-packs. And I'm like,
but to be fair, the shipping on that is not unreasonable.
It's not.
They are heavy.
Yes. But at the same time, it's like we are conditioned
to get free stuff
for free shipping. Doesn't matter how much it weighs.
Yes. I get emails all the time through eBay. The shipping's really expensive. Can you take $5 to make up the difference? No, I can't. I have to pay to ship it to you. So you're going to have to pay to get it to you. And I'm not taking the hit, just for giggles.
And if we did a lot more volume, then it might be something we could do, but we don't do enough volume.
No, I mean, shipping is expensive. It is a luxury. It is not a necessity. You don't have to have your things shipped to you. And this is the same type of thing when we were going through COVID, and there were people legitimately price gouging on things like hand sanitizer and stuff like that. Some people were selling like puzzles and books, and they're marking it at the market rate because people were wanting to do things out of their homes. Oh, you're price gouging. You're price gouging because it's too expensive. No, if it's too expensive and you can't afford it, that means that it's not for you. It's not price gouging. Price gouging is on necessities, on basics, on things that everybody needs, on toilet paper, on water, on cleaning supplies when we're dealing with something, like a national, virus that you have to clean up after, that type of thing. Price gouging is not a reality when you're talking about a video game or a card game or, soda.
Yeah.
Not a necessity.
And I didn't look at it as price gouging. I understood that, you're not going to get free shipping outside of Amazon or somewhere like that.
And I think we've come accustomed to getting things at the absolute lowest dollar and shipped to our houses for free, as if it's no longer a luxury, it's an expectation. When the reality is those are luxury things. Having DoorDash come to your door and bring you food, that is a luxury. That is not a necessity. And I don't know, the average American consumer has become accustomed to a luxury lifestyle, but they want it on a budget. And that is where, I personally don't think $17 to ship 12 packs of sodas is too much.
Right.
That's how much it's probably going to cost them. Might even cost them more than that to ship you that, because they have to do packaging. But that's my take. Hot take.
Jennifer says we're going to be comparing sizes. I don't know. I think I read that wrong. Says Dustin and Jackie, I've got goodies for the meetup. We do need to coordinate prices, number, and sizes compared to bag sizes Jackie has. Okay. I have. So I initially had 5 nostalgia, like little mini irons, like the Dash kind. But one of them
mini, like waffle maker.
Yeah, they're like little griddles, and one is a waffle maker. That one has been confiscated because somebody wants heart-shaped waffles.
The small one wants hearts.
Yeah, and that's a heart shape. So
do you have any of the Halloween ones we didn't open? You could replace it with that.
I don't think I have anything that I haven't opened. I mean, I didn't show it to her. They were just on the shelf. And she saw it on the shelf.
Keen eye.
She does. She sees things.
Anything that's her interest, she will.
So it's still 4 things to give away. And I do have a sealed, relatively decent size. It's probably 32 or like 40 ounces. Big grease container for your countertop that has like the fine mesh strainer, so you can pour your grease through, and then you can scrape
trap at the bottom.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get all over your counter.
Yeah, I've got one of those to give away for everybody because I have 2 already, and I have a third one. I'm going to give that away to you guys who show up to the meetup.
Ooh, cool stuff.
Yeah, things that you need. Let's see. It needs longer strings. I don't know what we're talking about.
I don't know. We must have lost something.
Yeah. When I was growing up, the popular thing was selfie cave painting. Yeah.
Oh, Jen.
Hey, how come you guys didn't paint vegetables? There's never cave drawings of picking broccoli. Let's see. I remember making the Cabbage Patch Kids, one for each of my kids. You bought the head and then the body and stuffed it, still in my basement. Yeah. Do you have people stuffed in your basement? You probably not tell that to people.
Yeah.
They might show up.
Talking about people stuffed in your basement.
You're going to end up on a podcast.
Oh, true. That one comedian last night, that was funny.
Which one was it?
He was talking about starting a true crime podcast.
Oh, yeah. I just got to kill them first.
Yeah, it was so funny. It was so cute. Anywho, yeah, my mom made us each a Cabbage Patch Kid. And then a few years after that, she bought us some that were the actual Cabbage Patch Kids. But the year that they came out, it was crazy. And that was money that they didn't have, when you got 5 kids, no matter how much you make, it always gets spent. So
Bruce had original G.I. Joe dolls. I remember I never had the big ones. I think I had Dukes of Hazzard dolls when I was a kid. I think my grandfather bought me Dukes of Hazzard dolls. So I was a huge Dukes of Hazzard fanatic when I was a kid. I had the swimming pool, the swimming trunks, and I had the big wheel.
mm-hmm.
Big wheels, kids today do not know what it is to live free with a big wheel. And
we
then
had one for our little monkey, and she didn't like it.
well, because it was too hard for her to ride, I guess. Now she's got a scooter now. She flies on it. She didn't try. Radical Geek is going to beat me up because I don't like Supernatural.
Okay, now we do like a lot.
We like a lot of weird stuff.
Supernatural weird stuff.
It's just, it was so corny.
It was very corny.
Yeah. And I like corny stuff. I mean, I liked, what was that show that I liked? Burn Notice.
That was horrible.
I liked Burn Notice.
That was so bad.
What else did I watch that you didn't like? I watched Lost.
I never watched Lost. And I just didn't have an interest in it. There was nothing I liked or disliked about it. I missed the time frame of it.
I tried to watch that show Evil because it had like the guy that was in the, I can't remember who all was in it, but that was a kind of a cool show. It had the guy from Lost in it. Now we're looking at so we got one episode left of Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
And we're kind of like bummed about that because we love that show. You can't watch it without crying.
Here's the thing. I like Ted Lasso, but it is like an extended after school special. Every episode you learn a lesson. I like it, but I'm also like,
you're all left out.
Learning morals as adults. Yay. I don't have a problem with it. I genuinely like it. I think it's funny. This is probably the first show I've watched where I genuinely like all of the characters.
Because even the characters you don't like,
you still like.
Because they're played so well that you like them. You dislike them that much.
Actually, this is the second show because Game of Thrones was the same way.
Or anything with Walton Goggins.
Well.
Anything with him in it.
You like Walton Goggins.
I do. I like Justified. That was a good show. Justified was good. So we're getting ready to start. As soon as we can coordinate schedules, we are going to start watching Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
Now
with
the middle boy and his girlfriend, or whatever she's called. But we have to put a label on it for them. They don't know.
Yeah, we call her his girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean, his person that hangs out with him. That brings over here.
Yes.
We don't know anything about the video game, but it's got Walton in it, and I love him, and it looks like it's going to be good. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be entertaining. It's only like 8 episodes, but we'll probably have to pay the $3 or whatever a month to Amazon because of stupid commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not excited about that.
Let's see. I was thinking about doing a buckle on the side would be easier than ties. Yes.
I think they're talking about aprons.
Oh yeah. I need a Keto Simple apron too. Like, you know what I mean? Like I know
you have one in your merch store.
I do.
You might need to buy that.
Yeah. You know what? No one likes you. I used to steal my brother's G.I. Joe's to be my Barbie's boyfriend. He was so much more manly.
Yes.
Yeah, Ken was just kind of like, hey.
Ken is more like Barbie's really sweet gay best friend.
No, he was like the DB that you would pick up at the bar, and then G.I. Joe is who she would settle down with and marry.
I never saw Ken as a douchebag.
He had styled hair.
I always thought he was like the gay best friend.
There's that too, but I mean, you know.
I mean that honestly.
Cindy is here.
Thanks for joining us.
She said sorry she's late.
Don't worry, we're always late. We can't be mad at you for being on our regular timeline.
Yeah. I had trolls, even had a palace and maybe a Polly Pocket. You do good with selling Polly Pockets.
I do sell Polly Pockets. I do very well with them. I never had Polly Pockets. I had a troll here or there, but I didn't have like trolls. I had like a troll.
Everybody had
a jewel on their tummy.
Everybody had a troll or more, or Beanie Babies.
And like I said, my Barbies were all dismembered or bald. So they suffered 80s hairstylists who didn't know what they were doing. But
Bruce says they don't have Menards down there.
yeah, it
Isn't
is
the
a
same.
hardware store. Supposedly they have like 11% off all the time.
Yeah, but then you add it, but you got to hold on to your receipts. Then you can combine them all, and then you get like a big check. But they also have like toys, and they have like
random.
They have like 10 grocery aisles.
Yeah,
but they're small, so you can buy like it's basically like the best way I could put this is it's like a hardware store with a convenience store in the middle. Because you can buy like packs of bacon, you can buy like cans of beans. Oh, my beans. Anyway, slip down my beans, drop my coins.
Anyway, yeah, Menards is interesting. It's an interesting.
Hyla is here.
Thanks for joining us, Hyla.
And she gifted 1 membership.
Woo, that's amazing. Thank you.
We have a new Menards in our area, was just built and opened a couple weeks ago. Brian had an interview there and denied. How you dare not hire Brian?
Yeah, that
doesn't make any sense.
Did
they give a reason why? Was he too talented?
Or did he deny them?
Oh, yeah.
Because that sounds a little more.
I was like, I don't want to work there.
Yeah.
Rude. Jahil.
We miss you.
Dustin Chandra and I need to know the answer to the super important, extremely keto related question. Have you watched Fallout yet? Well, we were just talking about that.
Yes.
We haven't watched it yet. It's
it's planned.
Yes.
It's in the works.
Yes.
It is going to happen.
Did you watch it? What did you think? No spoilers.
Yeah, we don't want to know. We'll find out when we watch it.
I mean, I did watch the Critical Drinkers review of it. But then the spoilers aren't really going to spoil anything because I have no idea what's going on.
Sorry. How's Timmy?
How is Timmy?
We've missed him.
Let's see. We're getting a Ace Hardware in front of Costco. Where is it going to be on the Avon Costco? They're getting an Ace Hardware. There's a restaurant going in. Maybe I don't know. I need to look it up and see what it is. There's some kind of restaurant looking place going in between Cane's and the Swenson's place. And I hate that they don't put a big banner like "Coming soon, your mom's house." You know what I mean? They don't tell me what it is. I have to guess. I'm like, is that going to be a bank? And I'm like, or is that going to be everything's either a bank or a restaurant I can't eat at?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, you can eat at the bank, but they might ask you to leave.
Shannon, I'm so glad you were talking about luxury items.
Yes. Well, I feel like, that because I sell stuff, I have a unique perspective on that. Like, people definitely think that, we live in this, luxury thing. Everybody should have everything delivered. It shouldn't cost you any money and everything should be cheap like Walmart. But,
But then people who are delivering that can't make a living.
Right.
So, I mean, it's like, and then they don't want to tip because they're being price gouged on the back, on the front end by the app.
Yeah.
And
like the Amazon drivers have to pee in bottles because they can't stop because they have quota to meet and all that kind of stuff. So like the reality is that all of those things are luxury. Having things delivered directly to your doorstep is a luxury. It's not a requirement. And there are people who have it as a necessity. If somebody is, impaired mobily, they can't get around, they can't get to things, then that becomes a necessity.
It becomes a necessity to them, but not the greater whole of society.
But the whole of society, we live in a very, very luxurious society where, everything is at the tip of your fingers and there's instant gratification constantly. The reality is that those things are luxuries. They are not necessities for the majority of people.
He said, watch.
It's amazing. I hope it's good. I do want to see it.
Thanks for the visual. 5 is a big number.
Did I put a 5 up?
I don't know.
Is that what I did?
I don't know.
I
5 is probably too big of a number.
You know what? 5 is a big number.
Yeah. I'll never hit 5. Anyway, jumping in way late. Well, we're glad you are here.
Thank you for joining us. We're always late anyway. It's okay.
let's see. Ace is nice. They will most likely have a selection of items that big box stores won't carry. You know what's really weird is I went into Ace Hardware and I went into like Lowe's and stuff, and I don't think any of them carry the little. I wanted to replace the little screen in our faucet upstairs.
Faucet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to. I didn't want to. You can buy them on Amazon, but I don't want to buy 32 of them, especially if I don't know if it's the right size. And you only need one for like.
Can be cut down.
I'm sure they can, because like hers is all jacked up. Yeah, but anyway.
That you used to be able to buy a pack of like 20 of them at any hardware store for like $1.
Yeah.
But apparently they don't carry them anymore.
No, they just don't. Rude.
I know. See, that's where Amazon is no longer a luxury; it's a necessity. Because if you can't find it locally, then you have to buy it at somewhere like Amazon.
And I was watching something the other night. They were talking about how, like, when Uber and like Uber, as an example, came into the market, they did serve a purpose because they came in undercut taxi services.
Mm-hmm.
So the consumer was getting a benefit. And then in order to, once they had the consumer base, they then onboarded basically everybody who drove a taxi, then switched over to do Uber. So then they were paying them a premium. And now it's in a situation where they're overcharging us and underpaying the drivers, and they're just taking all the profits. So they came in to solve an issue such as how expensive taxis were or whatever, making it easier for people to get around.
And then essentially created a new problem.
And then you're like, you can do like a subscription service with them if you use them all the time. But then you're still like, then there's like surge pricing, which is 5 to 10 times more expensive than it would have been. And the same thing happens with DoorDash. The same thing happens with like all these other companies. Like Netflix came out, they had one thing, and it was $8 a month. And then everybody gets on and becomes a thing. And then it splits off and becomes
20
different services. And then they've all got tiered servicing. Where like, well, now they have, a commercial tier, and then they have a non-commercial tier that's standard definition, then a non-commercial that's high def, and then a non-commercial that's 4K. And then it's like, $20, $30 a month or whatever. Then you're paying 3 times what you were paying for cable. Right. Because they all came in and they served a purpose, because cable got to the point where it was so expensive that people couldn't afford to have cable and the internet. So then you just had the internet, and then you were able to watch Netflix and then, then it was like, well, Netflix, now you have Amazon Prime. Now you have 2 places to watch shows. And now there's
Amazon, Disney, Peacock,
Hulu, Paramount. We just got MGM Plus for free for 6 months because we bought a Fire Stick. There's just, and it's all these, they're all tiered services. And, you just keep paying and paying and paying. And then they were talking about a thing.
Well, and the good thing that they have that works in their benefit is that you're paying each individual service separately. So you don't necessarily know how much you're actually paying every month to have all of these services. So you're probably paying twice as much as you were to have just cable.
Yeah, and the guy was talking about like he went through and added all of his stuff up. And as a digital creator who was fairly successful, he was with all of like Epidemic Sound and all these things where he'd pull music in to make his videos good and all that stuff. He was paying like $1,600 a month with all the services. And he was even talking about like how Uber Eats and things like that. Like he had a subscription with Uber Eats to be a specific type person with them and get priority access. And then like he was still having to pay extra if he ordered less than $10 worth of food, he had to pay extra to get that less money delivered to him. But it's like, well, I could order more food, but then I'm not going to eat that food, so it's going to go to waste. So he's like, do I order more food or do I pay the extra money because I'm only ordering $10 worth of food? And then he's got, or less than $10 worth of food. And then there's like, well, you can get priority and then we'll be there within 20 minutes. It's like, but I'm already paying a subscription. I should be getting priority. And then if it's not there within 20 minutes, it's not free. It has to be late by more than double the 20 minutes before he can even get his money back.
Yeah.
And like, it's just crazy how everything has shifted. And that's kind of like when I was doing DoorDash at first, I had made a couple $100 in the first month or whatever. And that worked out really well for me. And it made like a little bit of a financial bump for us. But then as it went on, I wasn't making anything. They were offering me $2 a run to go 10 miles. Then that actually 20 miles because I would go 10 miles there and 10 miles back. $2, no tip. That's ridiculous. So yeah. Let's see. I had a Cher doll, Donnie and Marie, and the Sunshine Family. I had weird toys too. I know I did. I had a Raggedy Ann and Andy doll. Sharon, thank you so much for my koozie, for shaker bottles and tote bag. Oh, I love it. Gifts. I mean, I don't know if you paid for those or whatever, but yeah, gifts, craftsmanship. Yeah, I loved Burn Notice. It was corny and cheesy too, but I like that whole spy thing. And it had Bruce Campbell in it. You can't go wrong with Bruce Campbell. Burn Notice was funny. Brooklyn Nine-Nine was a favorite comic. I haven't gotten to Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We've been watching Animal Control with Joe McHale. That's pretty entertaining. We like Joe McHale. She hollers from the potty. Visual Keto says she loves campy TV shows like Supernatural and Doctor Who. I've never watched Doctor Who, but I am fascinated with the new Doctor. I think it's a new Doctor. I can't think of what his name is, but he was on a show we liked on Netflix. It was the Sex Education Show. That's what it was called. And he was like a secondary character, primary secondary character or whatever. We loved him. But I think there was some kind of, I don't know what it was about him being on Doctor Who or whatever, but there was a big hubbub about it being him. And I don't really know enough about Doctor Who to know why it was a hubbub or whatever, or not care enough about Doctor Who to look into it. But we're just so like, it's not in our wheelhouse or whatever of shows we watch to look into.
I imagine we would probably like Doctor Who.
It just goes back so far.
But we're so far away.
Yeah. It's kind of like
beginning.
It's kind of like, it reminds me kind of like a soap opera, like General Hospital. It's been going since the 60s or whatever.
Right. I think we're so far removed from the beginning of it that we've missed so much. And I understand that like every season is supposed to be a new thing, or you know what I mean? Like not every season, but every Doctor Who sort of restarts it.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there's so much that we've already missed, and catching up on that would just be impossible at this point. Ted Lasso is awesome. And honestly, when we first started watching it, I think we watched the first and second episode, and I was like, are you for real? We're not watching this. This is trash. And then we got to the third one. And on the third one, I was like, all right, I'm sold. It's fine. I'm sold. Let's keep going. What's the next one?
Let's see. Keto the Miss is asking if we had watched. We haven't watched Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul or any of those.
Yeah. So unfortunately, the concept, what it's based on, the drugs, I really don't have an interest in. And
I'm sure it's going to be good. I'm sure we would get invested in and get in. We would probably find enjoyment in it. I just haven't had. I mean, I used to watch stuff like this. I like Sopranos and I like The Wire and stuff like that. And I think that stuff has kind of run its course to a certain degree. There's like English versions of shows like with Idris Elba that looked good. It's like more of the whole gang thing and the drugs. And I'm sure we would like it, but we usually tend to go more towards the comedy, like the funny stuff.
Serious is hard. Yeah. The other thing is like timing. So like we were talking about a little bit earlier, is that it's hard for us to have the timing to be able to watch things together. Because yes, we're home together all the time, but the majority of our time is spent with a 5-year-old. So we don't watch adult programming.
We've seen Bluey like every episode like 13 times.
Oh my God. I feel like
the new episode, I was crying.
Bluey is now a part of my soul. It never leaves. And I'm not really a huge fan of that. Not saying I dislike it. I'm just over it. I've seen it so much. But for finding adult time and to watch adult things is difficult for us. And a lot of times we're watching it after I come home from work. So it has to be short in time, and it has to be something I can maybe not pay full attention to, and not miss the concept of it. So things like Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul, I imagine, are the type of things that you actually need to pay attention to, or you're going to miss a lot of things. And it's very hard for me to do that after I've been at work all day. And then on my days off, when I'm home and we're home, we spend most of the time with either kid TV on or we're busy doing other things. And then when she leaves, I usually start working on eBay and you start working on video stuff. So, or housework. And so there just isn't really time. So things like Ted Lasso, it's a short show.
It's actually
It's
not.
like
Most of the newer
40
episodes
minutes.
have been an hour. I think the early episodes were a half hour.
Yeah. And then it's lighthearted and you don't really miss anything if you're not paying full attention. So I'm more inclined to watch something like that, and it is funny. So funny generally wins me over every time over serious.
And let's see, cooking with That Town 2. It says the
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, game. We watched that twice.
Yes, but at the same time, we did it differently. So I was actually working. So now I work weekends. I work Saturday, Sunday, every weekend. I will often pick up a Friday, but it's not required. I just do it because, money. But
They pay you like a bonus.
They do. They pay me a decent amount of money to show up extra. So I was actually working 3 days a week or 4 days a week during the time that Game of Thrones was on. But we would wait until I would have a stretch of days off, and we didn't have a small monster here. So
she wasn't around yet.
Right. She wasn't here yet. So we could just hang out and watch it. And you'd come home from work and we'd crank it up and we would back to back watch it until we caught up to the newest season and then had to wait. So
Air Frying Andy's one of those people that's like, I've never watched an episode of Game of Thrones.
It's good.
It's good. It's very convoluted. It's very violent.
And you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
That is a show I could never watch when I got home from work. Because first off, some parts of it are slow, but they're slow for a reason, and I'll fall asleep. And then other parts of it, if you're not paying it 100% attention, you can't have your phone out, you can't be texting or playing a game because you will miss.
Because you got to read between the lines because they're saying one thing and it's meaning something else.
Right. There is a lot of nuance in that show. But I really did love Game of Thrones.
Like I tried to watch, because HBO has a lot of really good series. And I mean, I've watched a good amount of HBO series that I've really loved. So I mean, really started with me with Sopranos. Sopranos was good. I've watched that multiple times over the years. Still haven't watched the last 6 episodes. Beside the point. Entourage was phenomenal. Ballers was phenomenal. We watched Eastbound and Down. There's just we started watching. There was the Vice Principals.
Yeah, that was cute.
And then there's the one about the evangelical with with Danny McBride.
Diamond? Is there something to do with that?
I can't think of what they're called, but it was an evangelical show where like they were like larger than life and they were like but it's got like John Goodman is in it and Walton Goggins is in it. He's amazing at everything he does. But that one didn't really click with us right away. We only watched like 1 or 2 episodes. But yeah, let's see what else. Ooh, Sharon made Maitreya. I don't know. I was almost trying to call
The
her
Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah, the Righteous
That's what
Gemstones.
it was
Yeah,
called. We did try to watch that
because she put "I love my coffee" talking. It made me want to say Chandra. I was trying to call her Chandra for a second. My brain was like, no. It's like error.
Yeah.
No.
Syntax error.
Yeah. But Maitreya loves her coffee talk apron Sharon made for her. That's so awesome.
That is awesome.
Anybody have a Manchichi? What?
Munchichi. Okay, so I didn't get one until I was an adult and I sold it. But we used to have those commercials, and then I remember being in school doing Munchichi, Munchichi, da 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 da, and like we sang a whole song about it, and like Munchichi, Munchichi, I can do karate, and then you'd hit somebody and go Munchichi, Munchichi. Oops, I'm sorry. Like it was a thing. They look like little monkey people. Here, look, I'll show you. Oops. I sold one on eBay. It's been a while.
I don't know. I don't know what a Manchichi is.
They are these.
Oh, I've seen those before.
These. Whoop. Woo-hoo. There's how I work a phone. They were like little monkey people things. I've sold them I never had one as a child. I wanted one as a child, but I never had one as a
Shauna
child.
says Barbie did not give me an unrealistic body image. She showed me once your head is removed, it's very hard to reattach.
Yes, she did teach me that as well. And once you cut her hair, they don't make Barbie wigs.
The Swedish chef.
Oh,
I need to start looking at Temu and then putting my orders in through Shauna.
yes.
Because there's things that I'm like, ooh, there's like things that pop up on Temu, and I'm like, ooh, there's like sound dampening panels that I want to put in my office and stuff, and like, so
Did
we
you
can
see what it says? It says Verk to Ferk. I love that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That is amazing.
Off a dime size pick.
Yeah.
It showed up, but says Verk to Verk. Yeah, that's perfect.
I have never bought anything off Temu.
Temu.
Because I don't want to download the app. I'm good.
I lived in Rainbow Bright and Strawberry Shortcake era. My favorite action figures were my Ponch and John. They had most. Ooh, I used to love that.
I never bought anything off Wish either. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
I loved Ponch and John. That was Chips.
Yes.
Okay. And Rainbow Bright and Strawberry Shortcake skipped me.
Ponch,
I mean, I was a boy, and that's just the times we grew up in. I was more interested in He-Man, Transformers, Mask, Thundercats.
I loved Thundercats.
I loved all those cartoons. So I had a lot of those toys growing up. G.I. Joe. Let's see. You are welcome for the 70 cents.
Yes, thank you. Every little bit adds up. Every little bit counts.
Yes, it does. Let's see. Add Menards to my list of places I'd love to see if we have time. Cool. I mean, it's a cool little place. She says, or Jackie says, Menards is the honey. I'm grabbing milk from the store, but really I'm going to look at big boy things in store.
Yes. So you can get a gallon of milk there and look at, Craftsman tools.
Or whatever they sell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was taking photo or video of a pergola thing for our backyard because we want to put. It's like we want to put something out back there, so we would spend time outside. But I know us better than that.
We've spent time outside back there plenty of years, but just in the last few since the kids moved out, we've spent less time out there. Probably because it needs maintenance, and I don't want to maintain it.
Yeah, I don't care enough. Mowing is enough of a problem for me. Yeah. Like I paid a neighbor kid to mow it this week because I was just like, I don't have time for this.
We waste money on.
I don't think that's a waste of money. I still have my girls' full cast of Rainbow Bright dolls.
If you ever decide you want to sell them, eBay is your place.
No reason at all for not hiring him. He got an email about 3 days after the interview. Ugh.
That's trash-tastic. I don't see why he wouldn't be hired.
I don't either.
Maybe you have too much experience. I know I applied at Amazon after getting my nursing degree because I was still waiting on getting a nursing position. And Amazon was like, why do you want to work here? You're a nurse. And I was like, well, so
what did happen was.
Here's the thing. Got the degree, waiting for the job. And they were like, well, I mean, are you going to leave as soon as you get something? And I was like, well,
yeah.
So we kind of had a mutual agreement that I wasn't going to work.
And you probably would have hated it. Or you would have got in there and been like super competitive and everybody would have hated you.
You never know. I can be very competitive.
Shauna says Fallout. That's what happens when I see prices at Whole Foods.
Yes. God, they're expensive. And for no real reason. They offer a lot of the same things that you can get at any other grocery store. Why is it twice the price?
Well, that's like my thing is like, that's why all of like the chip company, like Cheetos, that's why they have organic Cheetos so they can sell them in Whole Foods. And I was talking with Fahad, like I guess Whole Foods won't even allow items that have allulose in their stores for some weird reason.
That is weird.
That doesn't make sense, but you can get xylitol and all that stuff in there. I don't know why they would
discriminate against allulose.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably find stuff with like maltitol in there. That's even worse.
Yeah. Well, it's not actually healthy. It's the illusion of health.
Sorry, everybody. I just got out of the shower. That's what that smell was. Starting to tame the hairs. So not really watching the chat.
You're all right, Jackie. No worries.
We love you.
You can always catch up later. I don't think any of us are saying anything super duper important.
Timmy says hi back. He has a mild fever because he was playing in the rain and drinking puddle water. Don't ask. Just go for it, kids. Am I right? Proud, real Papa.
Real Papa. Yeah.
I have several screens, but smaller mesh. I'll check to see if any good ones for faucet.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a huge deal. We can buy the 375 of them or whatever it is off of Amazon if we need it. But I wonder if one of the other hardware stores locally will have it. Everybody used to carry them. I mean, it's 30 seconds to fix your faucet, but.
So Visual Keto says she's weird that she has 2 British on-demand services. And I know there's like BritBox and something else.
Well, I know I've thought about watching Downton Abbey, but again, that's one of those series that is like it's at the end of its life if it's not completed. And I feel like I'm just starting too late. So I feel like
I think it would be too dry.
Would I want to watch it, or am I just
That's what I liked about the show that we watched, Bridgerton. It was like it gave you that Downton Abbey kind of vibe, but it was like more of a modern take and a little more.
It's Americanized.
Yes, and I was okay with that because
it's very Americanized.
Yeah.
Whereas I like historical fiction based around kings and queens. So I genuinely love things like I can't brain words. Like the Queen Elizabeth
and the Vampire Hunter.
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Now that's not about kings and queens, but that is a historical fiction. The movie was absolutely atrocious.
Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
The book of that was worse. But the Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, the book is actually really good. The movie is terrible, just awful. I would still watch it again though. But it's got vampires and I like vampires. But like I've read a lot of The Constant Princess, Philippa Gregory books. I really like her stuff. I loved The Other Boleyn Girl. All these types of things. Now, again, the movies are basically trash, like they're horrible. But if you read the books are so good. So like Bridgerton, I love. I probably would love Downton Abbey, even though I don't believe it's really like kings, queens, and whatnot. It's just sort of that dry, dramatized how society works in other areas. And like I like that historical fiction with a keen to the fiction. Like I genuinely like Amy Tan and a lot of the novels that she's written that have to deal with, how things work over or worked over in China way a long time ago, things like that. And Lisa C, I like all of these books, all of these stories that are historical fiction. And the majority, the movies don't pan out. They're really terrible. But the books are very, very good.
Because with the book, you can really dial into your audience. And I think a movie, they have to dance that line.
And make it so it fits everybody.
Yeah,
I will say the one movie that I felt was fairly close to the actual story that was historical fiction was The Joy Luck Club. The book was obviously significantly better, but the movie was fairly close. It wasn't too far off. But like Memoirs of a Geisha, I never watched the movie because I feel like that would have been just atrocious, where the book was so amazing. But things like that, I like historical fiction. So I think I would like things like Downton Abbey, but I feel like I'm just so far past the beginning that I don't know if I'd be able to pick it up from here, or to start it now.
And Jen's saying that Rocket Money can track all those services, but there's a fee. But I think you can even turn them on and off with Rocket Money. Like you could use, like you get a subscription to Rocket Money, and then it'll pull in everything that you're paying for. You got to put like your bank account information so it can do all that.
I feel scared to do all of that.
Yeah. But I
feel like we're capable.
Yeah.
We're two capable adults.
Yeah.
We genuinely can be capable. The two of us together equals one whole adult. Most of the time.
As a teen, my room was rainbows and unicorns. even the curtains and blankets and my water bed.
That's awesome.
Water beds in theory,
Mine
water beds in practice.
Mine was so I still have the dressers up in the little one's room. They are green. They were a wicker basket weave, but they were actually solid wood. They just had the texture of like wicker basket weave. And I painted them green to look like grass. So they're like a streaky green. And my room had a yellow with, don't get me started, had a yellow and green floral motif to go along with it. Now, I didn't pick it, and it isn't really what I wanted, but I liked the dressers. Green is my second favorite color. Purple is my first. So I liked the dressers. The bedding, the floral, all of that. I said I wanted something, bright and brightly colored, and my mom picked it out, and that's what I got. So it was none of the colors I liked and not the theme I liked. And I'm not a floral person. I've never been a floral person, but
yes, and he said, of course I paid for those gifts. I never want to assume. I don't want to assume, because if they were gifts, I wouldn't want to offend the person. I would never ask for money, or the person who did pay for it, I would never take anything for free. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be neutral. Let's see. Messages from the throne when you were in the potty.
Yes.
So that's his name. Is it Nutty?
Who is this?
Gawa? The guy?
Oh, Eric.
Eric.
Oh, I love him as an actor.
Oh, he's so good.
If you watched Sex Education,
I imagine most people here probably would not.
Guys, this is our kind of humor. This is our kind of fun. It's hilarious, genuinely.
And heartfelt at the same time.
And heartfelt, and you learn a lesson. It's all like, it's good. You may not be into it. It deals with sexual situations, with, that coming of age sexual situations.
That runs all spectrums.
Far more advanced than any of us were when we were teenagers. And then there's also the adult, the mother, going through her life/sex life too. So like it's all very interesting, heavy emotional stuff too, but very fun,
very well
funny,
acted.
Well acted. There wasn't a character in that show that wasn't spectacular at their role. But he is such a wonderful actor. The very end of in case you're going to watch it, I won't tell you, but the very end of the series, when it showed the last one, I was so excited for that character. And I know it's the end of a series. You have no idea what actually happens after that. And it's not real. It's not a real person. It's a character. But I was like, oh, this is so wonderful for that character. I feel so good about this. It was just, I genuinely enjoyed it.
And I mean, there was a lot of character development. There was a lot of time given to the character development. There was, issues between father and son trying to learn how to communicate with each other, because father was very poor communicator, raised his son, was a very poor communicator. And that caused a lot of strife between the two of them. And, and then all the issues that the son was going through, who so desperately wanted their father's approval and didn't know how to ask for it and didn't know how to find their own way. And it's a magnificent show. Really and I know that a lot of people would have issues with the subject matter on the surface,
the general topic,
like the surface subject matter, but the interwoven relationships and the world building and the character development were fantastic.
Really, really good.
Let's see. I watched the Doctor Who Disney specials. Just sad they were Disney-fied. But I mean, Disney's going to Disney.
Disney does Disney. And they Disney quite well. And they Disney everything they Disney touch.
Would 100% watch if you did the 9th Doc up. 10th is my favorite. Everyone loves David Tennant. My first experience with David Tennant is he was the antagonist on that first season of Jessica Jones. And I know you know who he is. As soon as you look him up.
Oh, I do like him.
So we watched basically the first season of Jessica Jones, and he was he's
Crowley.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a Good Omens.
Good Omens is such a fantastic show.
Yeah, he's Crowley. I love him.
So that would be another show when season 3
I
comes
love
back.
him.
Yeah. So, but David Tennant was the 10th Doctor.
I could see that.
Let's see. Our food or budget for food, venue, supplies, the prices are out of pocket, but we can't resist. Yeah. My child during the Barney era, enough said. My nephew with Blues Clues, Bob the Builder.
Blue's Clues, Bob the Builder. I've been through all of those.
And we tried to get the girl to watch some of those, and she just had an interest.
She doesn't. She doesn't have an interest in the 90s.
Let's see.
It's not her jam.
Barney party. Come on, Barney.
Oh.
Let's go party.
Honestly, I don't think, other than Teletubbies, that there is a show that I hate more than Barney.
At one point, my child knew every line from Toy Story.
I dislike Toy Story.
Well, the cowboy movie.
I don't hate it. I just dislike it. It's not my top 100 Disney movies. And I know that that's an unpopular opinion, but it's just not. Are
you ready for this?
She
doesn't like Wall-E.
Oh, no.
And that's one of my favorites.
Worse than Toy Story.
But so Toy Story, I kind of got tired of because that was the go-to for the girl for the longest time. Cowboy movie. We watched that, and then it was like back and forth between that and Moana. But then your middle kid was the reciting every line to Robin Hood.
Robin Hood, the Disney cartoon version of Robin Hood. We used, when he was being raised, we had a VCR, and he knew how to work it. He could put in his movie and rewind it and play it, and he knew exactly what to do from the age of 2 and on. And so we would watch Robin Hood, and he watched it religiously 2 to 3 times per day. Now he would get up and play and do other things, but he would always come back, and he was, 2.5, not quite 3 years old, barely talking enough that you could understand him. I mean, he did speak very early, but he spoke in full paragraphs. So he had a very chubby face, and he could not enunciate. So a lot of times it sounded like gobbledygook, and people couldn't understand him. But so he would sit there in front of the TV playing Robin Hood because he loved it so much, and just reciting the words from the beginning to end of the movie. He loved it. He's also the kid who, when he started speaking, like I said, he spoke in paragraphs. He never said a one-word answer to anything. And he would just blah, 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 the diarrhea of the mouth. And if you'd go, I'm sorry, could you repeat that? He would look at you and go, forget it, and walk away from you.
He's still like that today. And he still goes on and on and on and on about TV shows and movies, and he wants you to watch his own curated way of watching a show.
Oh, dear Lord.
He'll curate ways for you to watch shows.
You have to watch episode 4, 5, and 6, but then we're going to go back and watch episode 1,
and then half of
9,
3.
Half of 3. Yeah, it's very. He's a unique child.
We're not going to watch episode 7 because it's crap.
Yeah,
and it doesn't have anything to do with the story.
He's just a very unique boy.
We love him.
We do love him.
Shaggy says, "I love Game of Thrones, but can't keep up because squirrel."
Oh, so that's why I had to watch it with like utter silence, no phones, and we watched it together, but he started falling asleep. So
and that was pre-sleep apnea machine.
Yes. So I would let him sleep and watch it without him, because if he was awake or kind of that in and out sleep, what's happening? Nope, I'm not going to recount.
One day we were sitting there and I was like, so what's happening? She goes, pause.
And I told him everything that had happened for the last couple of episodes that he missed because he was sleeping. Yeah, but I can't. Game of Thrones has to be quiet, nobody around, no telephone, no distractions.
I think we've got that taken care of. I'm sure she may have mentioned it later on here, but I think we have that all taken care of, Cindy. Let's see. Yeah, I can't usually do one thing at a time. Even now, I have 3 conversations and a game going on.
Yes, I feel that.
Because sometimes I'll usually have if I'm watching lives, I'm trying to do dishes or I'm trying to edit or trying to do something, and like sitting and doing one thing at a time is so difficult because it's like a never ending.
Multitaskers.
There's just so much to do.
Yeah. Well, like even when I'm working on eBay, I am listing. So I'm writing out my listing. I'm taking measurements. I am editing photos, whatever I need to get accomplished. And I'm watching YouTube videos, because I'm doing multiple things at once, or I'm answering phone calls, whatever, and doing, 2, 3, 10 things all at once. It is how we do now.
I have not went to Disney so far. That just hurts me that they want Disney Doctor Who Justified. However, I have an entire original season on DVD.
Yeah.
Justified
was very good.
There's a new season of
What's his
Justified.
name? Timothy Oliphant.
Oh, I love Timothy Oliphant.
He is a good-looking man. He is a good-looking man.
Man, Chi reminds me of David Archuleta.
Yes, it does.
Okie dokie.
Oh, you got stuff for giveaways too. Ooh.
I might give away some things.
Well, you are.
I mean,
That nobody wants that.
Nobody does.
There's no wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Nobody. It's not a thing.
Let's see. Been watching The Doctor since 4, although it's been around slightly longer for me. I'm 60 now.
Yeah, I feel like it's so far. Like I'm so far removed from it.
Yeah. I think it's kind of like, I don't know, I'm sure it's like to us, like the idea of starting a show that's that in depth, like we'll never finish it.
Yeah.
There's like even shows that I want to watch. Like I don't know how many times I've tried to watch like Letterkenny. Can't do it. Like in clips, the clip forms of clip things that are funny. And I absolutely adore it. I put it on like, let's see. Never heard of Munchie, but I had Popples. There was like Popples and like the window pillows or the pillow people or whatever.
Yes. I didn't have either of those, but I knew what they were and I wanted them. I did have a what was it called? It would go and it had lights for eyes and a nose. It was in a hood.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, you do.
Well, not the way you're describing it.
Oh, I loved that.
Sharon still hadn't ordered anything from Temu. So Temu's like, get 100% off. And I was like, how does that work? I don't think I'm really getting 100% off of anything. But there's like little things that like little tech things that I want to try from there. Like just like
Chubbles.
I have never seen that thing in my entire existence. It looks like me though, furry and a hoodie.
That's probably why I like you. I had one of these.
Here.
Can't hand. There we go. Okay. So the eyes were lights. The eyes and nose were lights. And if you would hug it, it would go. I love that thing. Mine was a purple one. So here they have them in purple. Mine was this guy.
So the thing about Temu for me is like there's all kinds of little doodads that I would like. Basically, like it's trying to do like retail therapy on a budget.
I don't want one of those.
You gonna buy one?
I'm gonna look on eBay and see how much they're going for right now. But Chubbles.
Let's see. But yeah, like Temu for me is just I look at it, I'm like, ooh, I could use one of those. Oh, that looks cool. There's like little kitchen, like so I see that there are content creators out there who do get sponsored by Temu or Temu or however you're supposed to pronounce it. And they will have you buy things. They'll give you like $100 or whatever to buy stuff from the website or whatever, and then review it. And there's like, I'm sure there's like kitchen gadgets that I could probably review. So if they were ever to come to me and go, hey, I can't say that I wouldn't do that, but it would have to be, something that would be fun, kitschy type things. It wouldn't be like, now you got to sell your soul to Temu. You know what I mean? That's not how it would be. But there's just like, to me, like, there's like people I've seen, so I like guitars. And there's a couple of guitar channels that have gone through and done Temu guitar builds about like the guitar body, the tuners, the bridge, the neck, the pickups, and they'll buy all that stuff from Temu and then build it and show you how it sounds. And like, I know they've got all kinds of kitchen gadgets, different things that would be cool. I don't know. Maybe one day. Let's see. Transformers. Like I was like when they started coming out with the movies in like the mid 2000s, like 2007, I was like so super excited. Like started showing like the leaked video of the cars being moved around. I'm like, oh. And then I remember one day a friend of mine came over and she was dating this girl, and we going outside to leave, and the girl that she was seeing was like driving Bumblebee, and I'm like, oh.
Okay, I gotta play this. Did you hear that? Here. That's what they would sound like. I think I need to buy this.
OMG, my house with Star Wars figures, full of Star Wars figures and accessories. Like if you had some of the original ones, oh man, you were loaded. Like original, like from the 70s, like the 77 ones and stuff.
I have some of the 80s ones up in the basket that were my brother's.
Let's see. The metallic theme just went through my head. I don't even know what that is. Let's see. Menards is like Home Depot with a little discount grocery added. Yeah, it was kind of. I was looking through there. As I was walking into Menards the other day, I like did a quick pan over. I was going to do like a short, like things you can get keto at Menards, and then I didn't find anything. I did get this decent sized little canister of macadamia nuts with cashews in it. It was $5 for a decent sized canister. Now they were cooked with. It didn't give you a specific oil. It gave you like a list of oils that it could be cooked in. I was like, for $5, it could be cottonseed, canola. It didn't tell me, and I was like, you know what? For $5, I'm willing to risk it. And I ate them all. Took me like a week, but I ate them all. So I need to not go back for a while. Let's see. Some people go to Whole Foods to avoid the typical Walmart shopper. I think that like I would rather deal with Walmart shoppers than Whole Food shoppers. Like, you know, and like I can't buy like meat I'm not paying $25 a pound for a ribeye. Mm-hmm. I'm just not doing it because then I will be the ribeye when I get home. She would, you know.
You would not be happy at the end.
I go to Whole Foods for free Amazon returns, or you can go to Kohl's.
Yes, you can return things at Kohl's for Amazon.
Let's see. Elizabeth R. is great. Is that an author you like or something? Or I don't know.
Did I say that?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't remember. I don't know.
Chandra, you can just soak the old screen in Blue Works toilet bowl cleaner overnight. I think ours are probably it's probably just like
ours are from when the house was built.
It's like 15 years old, so I don't think there's any saving them.
They're older than that because the boy is 20. So
yeah,
19 years old.
Purple Man. I don't know what that's for. I have no idea what's going on.
I think I'm gonna buy this.
You're gonna buy one?
I think I am. It says it works. It's in a purple jacket. Purple's my favorite color. There's one I want, but it's $35 with shipping.
But we love Carl, so say hi to Carl.
Hi, Carl.
She's buying things right now. I go through and I do things like go to eBay and I'm like, I'm gonna buy a guitar but in parts and then build it. And then I put it all in my cart and I never do anything with it. Men in Tights. Dave Chappelle's in that.
He was in that.
Disney's Robin Hood is the first movie Steph took me to see when we were dating back in 1982.
That was my son's absolute favorite.
Brett is here.
Thanks
Everybody,
for coming in.
Remember that Brett, if you are in the central Indiana area and you want to, he's having a meetup. I know he if he wants to, he can put all of that information in the chat below if he wants to. But yeah, the 27th, he's having a meetup. Probably gonna drop in and say hello. Hyla left. She said good night, everyone. Good night, Hyla.
Have a good night, Hyla. Sorry, I'm distracted.
But yeah, make sure to let Brett know if you were interested in meeting up with him in Geist. I've never been to Geist, so that's kind of why I want to go too. I've never been. I mean, I've heard about it, and I live nearby. I mean, nearby, but you know,
not too far.
Right. I've just never seen it. Life was complicated then, so I haven't seen Game of Thrones yet. We don't have Max right now, so we couldn't watch it if we wanted to, but it wouldn't be that difficult to get that to watch something like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind watching it again. But just like the last two seasons were just kind of like they rushed the last 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah. It did get a little questionable.
Kirby.
Okay, so do you think she would like this?
Anything that you like, she's going to like.
I mean,
Did it read stories to you?
No, it just makes noise.
Oh.
It's $35 and $8.45 shipping. I'm gonna just put it on my list, and we'll see.
Maybe you like it, they'll send you an offer.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll think about it.
Furby. And Shauna says Teddy Ruxpin nightmare fuel. So my pediatrician
I hated those things.
my pediatrician had a Teddy Ruxpin in every one of the exam rooms. And then he also, I don't know why, we never had long enough to play with it. And I don't even know if there were tapes in it. But I remember he also had like he had two different playrooms. He had a playroom for the kids that were sick and a playroom for the kids that were going there because their brother or sister was sick. And he had like the Star Wars fighting game, like you're flying, and it was like in the 80s. So I mean, he had arcade, and it was amazing. And I think he had a
What was your doctor's name?
Dr. Leedy.
My kids went to that doctor's office.
He had a Lamborghini when I was a kid. I was like, oh, yeah.
My kids went to that same doctor's office. We saw Dr. Leedy only once or twice, and I hated that old man.
Well, he was nicer. He was like, had that real deep voice.
He was like a crotchety old jerkbag.
Well, I mean, he was gray haired.
He told me that Cheyenne never had chicken pox. Never saw her when she had chicken pox, but then she's never had chicken pox before.
Well, I don't know. He was better when I was a kid.
The child had chicken pox 3 times. She does not retain the immunity. She's had a titer drawn. She does not retain the immunity for chicken pox. So every time it comes around, she gets it again. She had it 3 times as a child, and she had the vaccine. Anyway, we went to that same doctor's office. We saw Dr. Timmons in the same doctor's office, and he was
probably 100 years old by then.
He probably was,
because he was in his 50s or 60s when I was going.
He done should have retired.
He's probably one of the people who couldn't retire. He's probably long gone now, but to be.
He was not a nice guy.
He was when I was a kid. I loved him.
My kids went there. He was just over it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, Teddy Ruxpin is nightmare fuel.
Nice. Had a doll, maybe real life baby or something like that with batteries ran low. It sounded like a scene from The Exorcist. Did it walk backwards up the ceiling?
Yes. Did its head spin and spit?
Yes. Oh, Transformers with a.
Yes.
As a kid, you'd be like, wah, 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 as your plane. The newer Transformers would be like, only 200 moves to get it transformed.
Oh, I could never do them. My brother had Transformers, and I always thought, like, oh, if I twisted this way, he would get so mad. He's like, you're breaking my toys.
Well, you are mean.
I mean, I am. He's 5 years older than me.
I have several OG Star Wars figures, including the mail-ordered Boba Fett. He sits on my desk.
That's awesome.
Yes. They don't have Kohl's there. Well, that's boo-hoo.
Yeah, Kohl's is actually a pretty good place to go for Christmas gifts. You can shop from them online. I do know that. They have like deep clearance, which is nice. And then you earn Kohl's cash, which I never remember to spend later. It's like their way of roping you in.
I dried my hair 90% in 30 minutes. It usually still wet after 2 hours. My hair dries pretty quick. Don't get me started. My son was rough on his toys, ADHD. I threw out about 2 bushels of 70s original Star Wars toys in mutilated condition.
Yeah, a lot of boys do that. A lot of boys break their toys. And that ADHD certainly makes it worse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we watched it a long time ago. I just didn't remember.
Yeah.
So he says, yes, my indie meetup is 4/27 at 11 a.m. at Wolfie's Grill in Geist Reservoir. Details on my community tab on YouTube. And I think you put that on low carb events as well. Is that correct? We've got 18 signed up, and we'll have some goodie bags and drawings for a couple of prizes.
Sweet.
All right.
Sounds like it'll be a good time.
Sorry, I've got to go mobile. We'll listen and need to make some dinner. Yeah.
Actually, we have been chatting for 2 hours. Nothing but a bunch of chatty Cathys tonight. I'm telling you what. I actually have to get some work done.
I'm going to eat some food, I think.
I could eat.
I bought chicken thighs.
I'm fat. I could eat.
I bought boneless, skinless chicken thighs.
Although, did I tell you?
No.
Shahad at my work asked me if I was losing weight.
Isn't she precious?
Yeah, I told her no,
heart.
but thanks for asking.
Bless her heart.
No, I'm not losing weight. It would be a miracle if I did, but no. But I have lessened the diet soda and the sodas in general, which makes me less fluffy. Like I'm still the same weight, but I'm not as poofy. So I did though. We stopped to get the girl some fries and ice cream from Culver's, which is where our son works, and so I got a Diet Coke there. But that's the first one I've had in I don't know how long.
Week.
Yeah, a week. So there we go. Keep cutting down the soda.
If you decide, let him know, let me know. I'll scoop you up on the way. No sense in wasting gas for 2 cars.
Yep.
And you can keep me company.
What do they even have at Wolfie's?
I don't know. Let's look it up.
Because you might need to bring me home something if they have cool stuff. If it's just standard run of the mill things, meh. It will be okay.
Let's see.
Wolfie's Grill Caramel. Nope. Up. Nope. Geist.
Yeah, we want Geist.
I've been to Geist before.
I have not.
It's a nice area of town. The reservoir is pretty, but they have I want to say they don't have a limitation on speedboats on the water. So
$4 well drinks. I can bring you one of those.
oh, can you? $3 Busch Light. Woo!
Let's look at this menu.
I don't even know what they have. Dry rub onion rings. I don't think that's probably not keto.
Oh, they got fried Brussels sprouts, sesame
Ooh.
Thai dried cranberries, chopped bacon, feta cheese.
Okay, you might need to bring me some of that.
I might bring you some of that. Yeah, that's $9.
Mm-hmm.
Sesame crusted ahi tuna.
See, we're hungry.
I know, but that's some good
we're
stuff.
Hungry right now.
Thin sliced sesame crusted ahi tuna, wasabi mayo, green onion, sesame Thai.
Yeah, but you probably don't get the portion that's worth it for that. We're better off buying that.
I know. Boom boom cauliflower, lightly battered fried cauliflower. I can probably make some of that.
I don't like the boom boom sauce.
Well, I like it when it's like a sweet and crispy.
I don't like
crunchy.
the boom boom sauce. I don't like sauces. Sauces are not my things.
Wolfie's wings, traditional $14.
That's not bad, depending.
Yeah, I went to look and see like boom boom.
I don't want boom boom. I don't boom boom.
They got a French onion soup, seafood chowder,
tomato basil.
Oh, I love tomato soup.
That sounds good.
Soup and side.
Okay, move faster. You're at salads.
All right, salads, pecan chop, house salad.
Yeah. They're all
Nyla's
salads.
wedge. You know, I don't know. They can still see us. You know that, right?
I know.
Pan crusted chicken Caesar, house specialties. The pan crusted chicken, garlic, Parmesan, shrimp, and steak. Ooh, that might be what I get.
Hey, and that's not too terribly expensive. It's $21. Obviously, you get mashed potatoes, which you wouldn't eat,
right?
And then steamed broccoli. So you
can
could
probably just double up on the broccoli,
broccoli, and still keep it at that $21. That's not bad at all.
I have to get that.
That's a decent price. I mean, obviously, it depends on how it's an 8-ounce sirloin, so that's not a terrible size steak.
No, it's not.
For that price out somewhere.
Right. Especially on Geist.
Right. That's not that bad.
Let's see what else they got. Hand breaded. What was that? I know hand breaded anything.
Chicken tenders.
Soy chili glazed salmon.
That doesn't sound
Indiana baby back ribs. Indiana is not famous for baby back ribs.
No, they are not.
Oh, I miss fish and chips.
Mango Thai mahi mahi. Blackened mahi mahi with a mango pineapple chutney.
You know, I'm never really hungry enough for mahi mahi, but can I just have the mahi?
Hilarious. Anyway, they got burgers.
Yeah, tri-blend. What's a tri-blend? They got short loin, brisket, and chuck
in their burger.
The boom boom burger that makes you go boom boom when you're done.
Yeah.
Ooh, Daddy went boom boom. Daddy went boom boom in his nappy.
No.
I've been watching way too much Bluey.
Keep scrolling.
Handhelds.
Those are sandwiches.
Shrimp tacos. Horsey sirloin steak tacos.
Ham breaded tenderloin. Well, that's what Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana. I mean, if it's not this big,
right?
It's not an Indiana turloin. They have Nashville fried chicken sandwich, seared ahi tacos, Blackwoods chicken bacon.
Yeah.
Then sides, pan fried rice.
I think your best bet's going to be that steak.
Oh yeah.
And get me some Brussels sprouts.
And I will get you some Brussels sprouts to bring home.
Yeah, because that sounds delicious. I love Brussels sprouts.
Evelyn made dinner while watching. Well, I'm glad you were here for us.
We're glad you've accomplished something as we have accomplished holding this couch down.
Yes. So Jen's saying she's in for Wolfie's.
Nice.
All right. So that's 2.
Jackie, I think it's required.
I think you have to.
I mean, it's $21 for a steak and broccoli. That's not that bad.
And shrimp.
And it's an 8-ounce steak. Not bad.
I like it. That's a good lunch.
I hope it's a good steak. I mean, it's pretty hard to screw up steak.
I
Don't
mean,
don't get it well done.
no. Mm-mm.
I don't think we'll be friends if you get it well
Super rare. I'm like, can you give me
done.
two?
Doesn't have to be bloody, but not well.
So, Jackie, you going? So, I think we'll be there. I'm coming.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna bring her some Brussels sprouts.
Yes, I want those Brussels sprouts.
I maybe we'll have some broccoli.
Ask them if they can do it without the cranberries.
I'll ask them.
Yeah, I mean, if not, it's cool. But if they could do it without the cranberries,
But can we do it without the cranberries?
I mean, I like cranberries, but I know
you don't have to let them linger.
I can't. Dried cranberries are basically just little sugar pucks.
Do you have to let it linger?
All right.
Sharon, thank you so very much for being here.
Yes, thank you for coming. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thanks for being here tonight, listening to us ramble for 2 hours or so. We appreciate it. And have a great night, everyone.
Thank you all so much for being here. We truly, truly appreciate. Okay, I have to. She's coming. So there's 3. So yes. 3 total. So me,
Do
Jennifer
you have
Lucas.
To add that on.
Well, he's here.
He's okay.
So Brett knows the weather is nice. They have a large outdoor deck, overlooks the lake. Yeah.
Nice.
You can throw Jackie in the lake. We could feed her to the fish. All right.
All right.
I'm saying goodbye for real this time. We love you all. It's good. We love you. Thanks so much for being here. Bye.
See you next Tuesday. It will be a Tuesday.
Unless something else happens.
Hopefully nothing else happens. We're at the end of our bank account.
That's right. Anyway, we love you all. See you later. Bye now.
Bye.